to Sports in 16 minutes right here in Iravel Studios. It's good to have you join us. Now, this week has been crazy. We've got some of the latest stories coming in from the Club World Cup. We're through to the final. PSG Chelsea, who goes on to take the expanded tournament for the very first time. The Women's Cup of Nations is also hotting up. We're finally getting into the final group games. Will the Super Falcons do enough to claim a 10 title? We're sharing our thoughts right here. Not forgetting transfer stories. Practically everyone is talking about Victor Osimhen. Where will Nigerian superstars go in this transfer window? We'll share our thoughts about some of those players and a lot more coming through. I'm Femi Farawe in great company. I've got Opeyemi Imoru to my left. There's Olamide Onwuka and Princewill Oviesan. Guys, it's good to see you all in great spirits. Well, all the stories have been crazy, but to be fair, there's always some form of sense in everything.
Very true. If you ask me, it's been a very busy week, but I'm writing here to talk the way I feel positively.
Of course. I mean, Princewill, positivity is everything. When you're exuding positivity, I can feel positivity on my left and my right because, but there's one negativity that's coming from somewhere. I don't know where. I think I know where it's coming from. Okay. Let's keep it. Okay, let's keep it.
All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go for a break right now. When we come back, we'll see where all the positivity and the love are coming from, including the Women's Cup of Nations. Well, the Women's Cup of Nations is on, and some of the top teams in Africa, including South Africa, talking about Morocco, Zambia, well, Nigeria's got to be put right there, have done what they can do, and they've been pretty good. Super Falcons have already claimed 6 points from their first 2 games. The final game will be against Botswana. I've got to start off first with Olamide. What's been your reaction concerning how the team has played? There's been criticism about the manager, Justin Madueke, but what's your rating of the performance?
For me, I feel like the Super Falcons need to be more clinical in front of goal. I mean, sometimes they are not that clinical, especially when you see the first game they played against Tunisia. They had a lot of chances. They could have actually scored more than 3 goals that they scored eventually. But because sometimes they make hasty decisions, sometimes they make rash decisions in front of goal, and that really cost them, a lot of scoring opportunities. And if they come up against a team like Zambia, a team like South Africa, who we know can be a tough banana skin for Nigeria, it's going to be very, very, very dicey for the team. So for me, so far so good, but I think they really need to work on their finishing, and that's just one aspect that I feel.
Okay, I know 2 games are the same. So because the Zambians have consistently scored goals, I think they've considered 4 goals in their first 2 games, right? The Super Falcons was the first game of the tournament. There was a bit, well, we saw an improvement in the game against Botswana. Now, I understand you tell me the opposition in terms of what Botswana has got to offer is different from what Tunisia will pose, but don't you think Olamide has been a bit too critical of the team?
I think he is because looking at the games, they've tried their bit and, put things together. The girls have really done their bit, the first 2 games, getting your 6 points is the most important thing, and which they did. So I think against Algeria, I think they will do much more better. From the attacking to the midfield to the defense, I think there's a coordination, everybody holding their own, and kudos to some notable mention, Ashley Promptly. She did well at the defense, and Chiamaka Nadozie was on holiday in the defense. We can't forget the leadership of the leadership of Ainde. Ainde has been fantastic for the Falcons. Then in the attack, we saw Asisatu Shola doing her own thing. We saw Lababajide, and Esther Okoroko doing a bit of her own. I think the ladies have, come to understand that the mission is possible.
All right, Princewill, I'm going to turn to you and ask you something very controversial, right? And you obviously got the best experience in terms of seeing the Super Falcons play for quite a while. The Okonkwo story she mentioned, there was a video on social media where, I think, was it water bottles, right? Where she cuts and then put out on social media. And automatically that just caused a furore. Because everyone thought, look, this NFF once again can't buy shin guard for these girls, blah, blah, blah. You've been around football academies, you've been around football teams, you've been in the council, right, of football in Lagos. First, is it the duty of the NFF to buy you shin guards? And 2, what do you make of that story?
Critically, first and foremost, let me digress a little bit. I want to give kudos to Justice Madagu. He said something that every player in this team is justified, and I want to agree with him absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Let's come back to the question you just asked. I think it is the sole responsibility of the NFF to provide everything that will make a player comfortable in the national team. Yes, you could have your personal one. You could see it as a go-go, but when you're representing the national team, everything that will give you comfort, up to the bed, the food you eat, is NFF responsibility. It's quite unfortunate that video came right on the social media, and it's a big stigma, because we've had issues with NFF in similar scenarios of jerseys, beeps, and what have you. So it's high time we begin to find proper team management, because it's also an image issue.
So in reaction, right, and I'm going to sit off and give you my reaction. First things first, I think that video was totally uncalled for.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
Because number one, we've seen her do this for her club side in Toronto, where she used paper. So it also means that club side did not provide her with shin guards. To answer that. Number two, there's a movement in Africa, and I'm picking my words very carefully. Players have this, for lack of a better word, let's use the word phobia, fear of collecting boots or shin guard from anybody else. They bring their own shin guard because there's this stuff about juju. So let me speak the words the way it is.
No, are you not saying that if NFF buy shin guard for the players?
Players don't, even the Super Eagles, even the under this thing, you bring your boots, you bring your shin guard. They can give you hose. Because so people say, people can say that you want to jinx you.
Sorry to cut you short. I saw the Ghanaian team where they came to Port Harcourt to play that World Cup games. And the very day they landed, every player was handed beep, boots, shin guard, and what have you by the Ghanaian FA. Mind you, I have gone to the national camp where players are given...
So are you saying that in your council, when you guys have underage football tournaments or football tournaments, you provide shin guard and boots for the players?
Shin guard, yes. Femi, I'm telling you honestly. No, not boots. No, the boots are meant to be gotten by you.
No, so not necessarily, but because at the heavy level, at the professional level, a lot of players have got endorsement deals.
Exactly.
Right, so many of them come in with their own, but some people have preference for their boots.
Even shin guard.
Yes, Toni Kroos, for example, he's been playing the boots he played when he was a young player, and he's continuing with those boots, right? Some players feel that if you use shin guard, there's this African...
Are you not shielding the NFF for that?
So for me, I think let me come in.
I'm saying the NFF had nothing to do with that. One, nothing. Number two, it was just social media content. One which I think the creator should have explained. It's just for vibes.
I don't think there's any undertone to
there is an undertone. People said
there is an undertone to it, but I'm coming in with this because I've worked with teams, and I feel that some players have their preference when it comes to shin guard. I know a player that doesn't like using shin guard. He just like using paper, carton, and all of that. He doesn't like using... Some players are like that, and I asked him why. I said that is what he has been used to. That is so I think that particular video was just a content, and Esther should have explained that this is how I do. This is what I do also in my club side, because that's what she used.
Yes.
She doesn't use
Don't you guys think that perhaps it's a misconception? Maybe people read the media, like you said, maybe she just did it for content's sake. But because also, Femi, like you said, she didn't explain it. And so people now automatically just read meanings into
So because of what social media is, so social media has its advantage and disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the disadvantage is what we saw, because people came out to say, oh, the NFF once again.
Exactly.
Nigeria is always doing this. And I'm saying that, number one, a lot of players, just like Ope explained, have got preference. I think there's one of the World Cup winners in Argentina squad who has his own customized shin guard. Right? I think it's DePaul.
DePaul, yeah.
And it's
Messi's bodyguard.
Yes. So one of them is so small. That shin guards are small.
Yes, very small.
No. So some people have a larger shin guard. Like some have small shin guard. Some have... It's down to your preference.
I don't think Grealish uses shin guard. I don't think it does.
Everyone comes in with different preference. So when people mention, I'm like, look, if you're a professional footballer, you know that in Africa, with all the problems we have in Africa, people don't allow anybody, even their boots.
Femi, I'll still drive it home. We're talking about brand management. Look at what it has cost the FA.
Well, it's not the fault of the FA.
Yes, we agree.
No, it's not.
But we agree. But that brings the total PRO department. Because I remember there was a time they were supposed to sign the code of conduct by the national team players. What she has done has brought in a stigma to the FA, even if it's not directly on that particular dimension.
All right, let's leave the topic around that. We'll look forward to the predictions for Algeria. Everyone thinks a win?
Yeah.
Win?
I think Nigeria will win, definitely.
Does anybody else think otherwise?
You know me all the way. Super Falcons all the way.
Sometimes I used to suspect you. I don't trust you.
Why do you suspect me?
Because most times I used to check your back, but when you show me your front pocket, which has your green passport,
But I've
I
always
used to look
told
for
you.
your back pocket.
I've always told you for the Super Falcons, I'm all out. If for the
Eagles.
Super Eagles or Green Eagles,
No, wait
so
till September. I mean, you will jam in September.
Where?
Me, you will jam.
Oh, speaking of forfeits, though, he actually fulfilled his words.
we'll get there. Don't worry. Don't ignite him. Leave him.
Because I know him, he will always lose now. I know him.
Haven't you lost on this show?
Once.
That was when we had the right.
All right, let's move forward as well. Okay, let's go to the FIFA Club World Cup. We are through to the final, right? PSG dismantled Real Madrid in the other semi-final.
Disgusting.
Chelsea had, as you can see, the map right there. Our chart on the Club World Cup. Chelsea victorious over Fluminense, while PSG got the better Real Madrid, who, if we need to remind you, are the most celebrated team in the FIFA Club World Cup. They won the title the most.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
That result was their first defeat in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
To mention. It was also the former champions of Europe against the reigning champions of Europe.
Yeah.
And what a beat down it was.
I think it was a whitewash, if you ask me. But I never saw that coming because I was thinking it would be a close call, even if at all PSG is going to win. And the margin in which they won their last 5 games is alarming. Like, they don't just beat you, they beat you silly. And that's what happened to Real Madrid. And I think the PSG has pride because they are like, okay, we are the champions of Europe and we are here to tell you people, every one of you, they beat Bayern Munich, they beat Real Madrid, they beat Atletico Madrid.
They beat Inter. They beat Inter.
You know, when they lost to Botafogo, Inter Miami.
No, they beat both Inter.
They both in
That was in Champions League. Inter Milan in
Inter Miami.
You know, when they beat Inter Milan in Champions, everybody was like, 4-0 is too much, 5-0 is too much. And they were beating teams 3-0, 4-0, and now Madrid, nobody saw that coming.
No,
it was a good game. It was a good game for the reigning champions.
I actually did.
You did?
Yes, I
At
did.
that margin?
No, so what?
No, not that margin, Orlando. Not that margin.
Can I have a single shot?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So this is it.
Why are you looking at him?
What we witnessed in the semi-final of the FIFA Club World Cup was the destruction, demolition, annihilation, humiliation of Real Madrid, which always brings delight to my heart. So if you're a Real Madrid fan, I solidly and I solemnly
Are you related to our producer?
We have close affiliation.
Are you related, yes or no?
We have close affiliation.
We are suspecting you.
So look, people don't understand.
Why is that Barca fans are always happy when Real Madrid are beaten?
It's look, Luis Enrique said something. He said his phone was buzzing with calls from Barcelona fans. That's the delight you have.
You know what's funny?
What?
Enrique is more of a Real Madrid than a Barcelona.
He moved from Real Madrid to Barcelona.
How many games did he play in Barcelona?
He moved from Real Madrid to Barcelona, coached Barcelona,
Where
won
did he
the
win the Champions League?
with
Where
Barcelona.
did he win it as a player?
He won it with Barcelona as
Where
a coach.
did he win it?
Let's raise that case.
Answer the question now. Olamide, answer the question.
Is that, look,
Don't go this way.
right
Where
now,
did he win it?
Where did he win it as a player?
the long and short of the story is that PSG will destroy anybody.
I think that
comes their
Olamide,
way.
again, PSG will beat almost anybody.
Anybody.
Right? They beat Inter
In the
Milan.
current form they are now, yes.
Yeah, they are the best team in
They
the
beat
world.
Arsenal.
They're the
Right,
best
in
team
the
in the world,
Champions League.
yeah.
And the team that beat Barcelona,
Yes.
they destroyed that one. And Barcelona struggled to even get it into that game.
Football can be like that.
Again,
No, don't preach that gospel. Don't preach that gospel.
You brought out the Real Madrid chapter.
Yeah.
I'm not a Real Madrid supporter.
But this is not the first time Real Madrid are conceding 4 goals now.
No, this is the first time they come.
In their defense, this is not the
As
first
one of
time
this is the first
they are
time
conceding
this
4
year
goals.
they are conceding 4 goals without
Yeah,
responding.
like they got 5 and 4 against Barcelona.
Did they score?
Maybe they scored in some, but
scored two. No,
there
there
was at the Bernabeu they didn't score.
2025.
In their defense, Arsenal beat them 3, so they are used to it.
Don't bring that side.
See, Olamide, stop beating around the
No,
bush.
Real Madrid, it's not in their defense. It's not the first time they're
It's the first time this year.
But you know
they're
what?
conceding 4 goals
You know
without
what?
responding.
Femi, this is my take.
They are used to it actually.
In this year.
Whatever, but they are used to it.
Femi, this is my take. It was a game I really wanted to see. In fact, I called it a dog fight.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But I was a little bit disappointed the first 5 minutes 2 goals were in, and the question I was asking was, what happened to the defense? Because that defense was shredded into pieces.
Yeah.
And the triangular passes that were coming, I expected that
was so good.
Xabi Alonso to ask, what's his name now? Rudiger, not to go forward. Every time Rudiger goes forward, you see Fabian having a field day.
You know, I was a bit disappointed because we always give credit to Xabi Alonso about his in-game management. And then in that match, it just seemed as though after the 2 goals went in, it was But let's look forward to the final Sunday. No thoughts, let's just get your predictions. What would you say, Princewill, in terms of your prediction for this final?
I'm giving it to PSG.
PSG?
Yeah.
PSG?
PSG.
Who else?
I'm going for Chelsea, actually.
Want to place a forfeit?
I'm pretty confident that Chelsea would mount a fight and the game will go into extra time.
Do you want to place a forfeit?
That PSG will not win.
Femi, don't beat around the bush. Prediction.
Chelsea.
Prediction to
I'm saying
win.
that, yes, PSG to win. Chelsea to win.
That's what he's
You are
asking.
No, I'm saying PSG to lose, Chelsea to win.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to, right?
With your full chest, right?
Now what for you?
Can we place a forfeit on it?
For the first time, Ope is going forfeit. Man, I'm backing you. you.
So everyone on the show understands my system. I profit for the Super Eagles.
Well, no. She asked you, can we place a forfeit?
I've always
Don't
told
beat
you on
around
the
it.
show. No, I've always
Leave
said
that
on the show that
thing.
when is the Super Eagles?
Answer her.
Call me because
Yes
I will
or
never-
no?
Femi, don't chicken out. You have a woman here.
First
man.
time.
Go
Ope is
some
going for a
balls.
forfeit.
The only time you say you can't place a forfeit is in the holy months. You're
Thank
not
you.
in
And
the
the
holy
holy month has
months
gone.
like this.
I agree with you.
No,
You said so.
No. I said I'm going to even Super Eagles. I don't put a forfeit even with Super Eagles in the holy month.
Femi.
It's the Super Eagles, but I'm saying when I'm going
Don't worry.
Just a quick reminder,
slide.
the final of the Wimbledon title, that's the Grand Slam title, will be played for the men's event on Sunday, right? So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that one. I like the fact that we've seen a lot of athletes, young athletes, Andreva and Isimova. They've all spoken about mental health challenges and how they've been able to deal with it. We also know that WTA is currently speaking to betting companies to challenge and fine or delete accounts of people who abuse athletes.
Yeah,
I think it's brilliant.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
also a good way to get them mentally back into the game. A lot of young people are struggling.
Yeah.
The prize money for this event has been increased and we gather it's going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
Right? So
Men and
I think
women.
there's so many good things. We'll come back and review the performance next week and how it affects the WTA and ATP rankings from tennis. Let's head for another break on the show. We'll come back with good transfer stories next. Some great moves, including Arsenal going for Noni Madueke when we come back. Well, we're over now to transfer stories right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. There have been great stories coming through. Princewill, let's start out with you. Arsenal are building something good for next season. Already stories coming in about what the goalkeeper Kepa is in. Norgard is almost completed. Regardless of Zubimendi is also signed and delivered from Real Sociedad. Two transfers have been mentioned. One has to do with Victor Gyökeres coming in from Sporting Lisbon. Where we gathered finalization and everything just to dot the I's and cross the T's. But one new name has also been thrown in. Arsenal are trying to fortify an option. Noni Madueke from Chelsea. £50 million was the first offer Arsenal put. We know Chelsea will throw that one back, but let's talk about how Arsenal look with this transfer dealings.
Well, they're building. People say they build castles in the air. They've always been there. But I think Arteta has a mission. And what's that mission? To have a team that's one for one on each wing.
Yeah,
he can
options
actually
in
say,
every
yes,
position.
if I don't want to play this formation, I go for this formation. So it's a good one. Madueke coming in, if he eventually comes in, it will give that up front a very good fight. Jesus is still there.
I like the fact that his Arsenal's weakest attacking position is the left.
Yes.
Because we've seen the triangle. Ben White when he was fit, Odegaard and Saka. That triangle, the three of them created loads of goals. Now you've got Gyökeres who scores many goals. You've solved the problem of a striker, right? And now you're not adding Noni. Noni's 23 years old, so it's very teachable.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the fact that last season when Saka was injured, Arsenal really struggled. And here is Noni Madueke who can actually cover that space when, I just feel like it's always good to have squad depth, which was one thing Arsenal have really lacked. So getting those players to come in, when Partey was also injured, it really showed. That's why you have Zubimendi coming in. So, as a good team, you'll always have to look at the places where you're lagging behind and make improvements, which is what Arsenal have done.
All right, let's stay with you. Kudos to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
He has been agreed.
Yeah, he's always been very adamant that he wants to move to Tottenham. I mean, still sticking in London. But for me, I feel like it's a good switch. Going to Spurs where, of course, they are the European champions in terms of Europa League. It's just a good switch for Kudus. For Tottenham, is it a good switch?
Yeah,
Looking at the players
it
that
is.
they
Yeah,
have,
it is.
You say yes. So
Yes,
it's a
it is.
win-win situation for both the player and the club as well. Kudus is a fantastic player, right from when he has been at Arsenal.
Fantastic is a
Ajax,
stretch. He's a good player.
He's a very good
Fantastic
player.
is a stretch. Fantastic, you're over. That adjective is too much. He's a good player.
He's a very good player.
He's a good player.
Are you saying he's average?
Well, it's my opinion.
I think he's
now.
just slightly above average.
He's a very good player.
At best, I give him a 6.
I see him as a very good technical player.
He's very good.
Very technical.
I think that he's not so while he's technical, and I agree with you what you're saying, but for you to be called very good or fantastic, you have to be consistent.
Okay, I agree with you there.
He's good.
So when you mention
I
the
agree with
likes
you
of
there.
Saka, what makes Saka stand above is how consistent.
Consistent,
Salah is how
he
consistent.
has been.
You can't just have it. You can't have. I'm trying to think of an average player who. So Enzo Fernandez, I'm picking from top of my head. Enzo has the qualities to be a good player, right? Or is a good player. But Enzo is not that kind of player where you're going to call
At that level.
Yes, because he's not consistent with it.
Okay.
All right. At least we agree on something for once. Whee! Victor Osimhen, let's go over to Osimhen. Okay. Finally, he's revealed where he wants to go to.
Everybody has been clamoring for that. Where will Victor Osimhen be? I was expecting him to stay in Gala. I was expecting, he's going to go. I was expecting him to move to an English team, but he's good. He's loved in Gala, and let him stay there.
They're playing the Champions League. So
I think it's good. I think
it's good for him.
I think it's a bad move. My personal opinion, I think it's a terrible move. I think that Osimhen, and we all agree that Osimhen is a very good footballer. All of us here agree, and he's a fantastic player. You can use that to describe him, right? What are you doing in Galatasaray? And I ask all of you here, if Osimhen wasn't playing in Galatasaray, would you even check what the Turkish results are?
No,
he will not.
The truth is that which club, or which English
to meet
club
up with that particular
with
form.
the demands.
Secondly,
So
the peace of
I'm-
mind.
I'm-
The peace of mind of the player plays a key role.
Look at it, he's loved in Turkey.
Yes,
I'm
he's loved.
not saying you guys are saying anything wrong. I'm saying the legacy of a footballer. When we talk about some of the greatest footballers in the world,
is where they have played.
where you've played.
We agree that the EPL and the La Liga
in time
holds
past,
the
the
sway.
biggest achievement of Galatasaray was winning the UEFA Cup, I think.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Do you even remember the squad players in that team?
No.
Look,
All we say about Gala is that we had the player, Nigerian player, who featured there.
they have a bragging right though. You can't take it. It's a
See,
very
I
technical
understand.
club.
I understand where Femi is coming from. You can't be this big player and you're sticking to Gala.
Okay, this guy
I
needs
know he
peace.
has issues with
I'm gonna say-
Napoli,
I
need peace.
but
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say push for another low move,
yeah.
right? At the end of the season, you'll be a free agent.
Do you
We
think
can
Napoli
discuss.
would want that?
They won't want that. They want to make out their
Napoli-
money.
At the end of the
want
day,
to
no,
lose.
you can't force a player out. If the player says, I'm not going, just sit down.
Look, it is more difficult than what a lot of people see out there. You see, the brouhaha between Osimhen and the Napoli management has to do with how much they will make from you. So they
Yeah.
have to find a way. That loan deal eventually came in at the last date.
I'm just going to wait for it.
It doesn't work that way.
I think Napoli
And I think that
understand.
1 year, because
Yeah.
I'm saying this, I'm not going to make any examples, but I'm saying, I think that Osimhen, a free agent, and think about all the recent free agents, Trent, Mbappe, you now have the peak of what you want, 1, and 2, because you're not paying the transfer fee. All the money comes to you.
Well, I think his management will have taken it, this key decision, advising him to go to Galatasaray.
I agree. All right, well, those are some of the transfer stories going around. Spurs are also looking at Yohan Wissa. We hear that Tom Frank has turned attention to that option. Manchester United are also in conversations with players, quite a lot of them. Brian Mbeumo, one of them. I'm also going to mention Tolu Aroko-Dare.
Yeah.
We hear Fulham are in conversations about a possible move. Had a great season again last time. So those are the transfer details we're following at this time. There's also transfer from the MPFL. Maybe next week, Okwe will come through with some of those big news for us.
Okay.
Players making moves and how we're going to just look through them. Let's go for another break and we'll come back. We've got the tech segment. This time we'll serve you all the thoughts, including our our predictions for the weekend football fixtures. All right, so this is the third part of the show, and this is where we put our thinking cap on. Right, for those of us who've got thinking caps and those who do not, who knows? You can also get our thoughts coming through as it concerns predictions, and I always advise, take my selections. They come out best. But some of the games we got on parade, the Club World Cup, we already made predictions, right?
Yeah.
So that done. We've also made predictions for Nigeria, Algeria. Everyone thinks it's a win.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. I think we all agree on that one. Tanzania, South Africa. I also think that's That's an SA win now.
South Africa.
It should be South Africa.
Zambia, DR Congo.
Zambia. For me, Zambia.
Although for me the Zambians they are fantastic when it comes to scoring, but I think their goalkeeper is the ordeal of that team. I think the DR Congo too, they are very physical. We saw what they did against the host country, and I think it's going to be a big one, but I think the Zambians will come through.
All right, so I've got a question. You guys need to make a prediction. Now, without checking who the top scorer is at the moment, right? Who do you predict will be the top scorer at the FIFA Club World Cup? Without doing any research, let's just go.
Garcia.
Gonzalo Garcia, that's your pick.
Yeah.
Olamide, how about you?
Garcia as well.
You're going Garcia?
Yeah.
How about you?
It should be him.
I think he has 4 goals.
His
5 goals.
his joint top scorer.
With
He scored 4 goals.
with Dembele.
The Dembele.
No,
Not Dembele. He scored 4 goals first. He's the first person to get to the 4-goal mark.
No, he met the person who was there.
Is the person still currently in the?
No, both of them, the top scorers are both out of the tournament.
So that means
Garcia would.
So you don't think PSG will get his goal scorer that will topple those guys?
I don't think there's
Because
somebody
if
that
Dembele,
has.
if Fabian Ruiz has scored, I think Ruiz has scored what, a couple of goals?
2.
2, right? So he's just 2 behind the top scorers. Desire Dewey.
Joao Pedro is also
I
there.
wanted to mention Desire, but
Desire is also
and he might score.
Desire is 1 behind.
In the final.
You guys
It's
predicted.
open actually, but I think it's Garcia.
You say Garcia.
I'm still going for Garcia.
Garcia. So you guys are not going Desire Dewey.
Yeah.
Because the game between PSG and Chelsea is going to be cocky.
It's going to be close.
Going cocky.
Close.
Okay. I was just wondering why cocky came.
Excuse me.
I think
I'm
we should.
going to say Desire Dewey. I think Dewey will score a 4th goal. I think it doesn't come down to assists because FIFA isn't looking at that. So based on number, I think I'm going to go Desire Dewey. I think it's very good. Desire Dewey. That's
Yeah,
my pick.
that boy has been fantastic, even in Champions League.
Desire Dewey.
You know.
All right.
Keep
Well, it's great to know that the guys have got some great stories coming in. We'll check if all of this went through next week. Remember, we'll come back here so you can join us and catch fun and follow us on all our social media platforms right in front of you. Big thanks to Princewill Oviesan, Olamide Onwuka, and Opeyemi Femi saying have yourself a great weekend. And there'll be more stories coming right here on Sports in 60 Minutes.